I know you from somewhere.
Yes, good night, all my Facebook family. Welcome to another episode of My Perspective. Um, I'm your host, Sean Park, and this is another episode. Just want to wish you all Happy New Year once again. And I hope that, you know, my show will be very informative, give you my perspective on things, and you can share your thoughts. Make your comments as usual and all that, so I can recognize your own thoughts and opinion on topics that I'll be discussing. So big up all my friends. And thank you once again. It's been a journey, my brothers and sisters. Been a journey, been a journey, been a journey. But I'm grateful that I have life today. Yeah, man, I have life and everything is good. And we're working together to make things better. So tonight, I just want to start off, with, I just want to recognize and my best wishes and send up my prayers for the people of California. Yeah, people of California right now facing some challenges in terms of the big fire from last night today, the whole day today. A lot of homes burnt out, a lot of businesses burnt out. People have to run away from their homes and all that just to avoid death. Some people were trying to save their homes. It's just a sad sight. The seas of fire keep spreading across the roads and into different homes, and a lot of homes keep catching a fire. One David Muir of ABC News said like a calopolis is taking place in LA County right now, in California. Like one brother driving said like it's hell. She's driving through with so much fire, so many homes, are burning to the ground. There are ashes, cars. So far, the death toll they're saying is 5 people unaccounted for. But after these aftermath and cooling up process, it could be more deaths. So we gotta send prayers and wishes and hope that federal government will step in and help these people. But you know, what strikes me most about these homes just burning to ashes. And I mentioned this back in a while. And I keep asking the question: why are these houses are built with board? I mean, maybe 90% of the homes in America are built with board, and I'm trying to define why they're not built with normal brick and block and steel, with block and steel. Because from my experience, no matter what fire, if fire cannot penetrate block and steel. Only can penetrate matters of that can be burned, like wood, boards, shingles, and all that things. All things that can, because but when I see these homes burning and burning, and all of them are made of wood, it goes to wonder, why? Why not try to build some of these? Because at least if they're burnt, the whole I would say infrastructure shape will be maintained, so they will be able to build back up, put them back on the roof, and all that. And maybe people wouldn't suffer so much losses like furniture and all. Because one thing I learned is that if there's a fire in a certain area of a concrete home, it's maintaining that area. It doesn't spread to the next compartments or department of a building, which was built from blocks, steel. And that's where I'm still at loss. And these homes, are multi-million dollar homes. Everything is just gone now. Everything. That's why, the price of insurance is very high in these homes. Because when natural disaster come like this fire, they call it wildfire, comes up and burns through thousands acres of properties and thousands of acres of land, the insurance companies have to cover it. And so that's why people insure these houses at high value. If we're at $1 million, they put a high value of insurance, the insurance maybe 2-3 million more. Add 2 million to that 1 million, so it comes 3 million value for the property. Because with natural disaster, those areas are prone. Just like Florida. Florida is prone to a lot of hurricanes. So people will lose their roofs, and also maybe outside place like the fences are broken down. Therefore, insurance in those areas are very, very high. Very, very high. And so people have to pay high insurance for in case of natural disasters like hurricanes, fires, and all that. So once again, I send my prayers up to these people in LA County. And I hope that, I'm not sure if I'm going to die for now, maybe another 3-4 days before everything is settled down. But more than people, I hope that there's not a lot of loss of lives. Yeah. I never like to watch these people suffer in these disasters, these natural disasters, which is man-made sometimes. Because wildfire doesn't start out of the blue like that. Something must have set it off. Maybe somebody light a cigarette butt, how it's probably going to throw it in the bush and just start the wildfire. That's how things start. Or maybe, there's some with power grid, gas or loose wire, gas together and start the fire. So they could many variables that start the wildfire, but the reality is that the homes and people evacuate. And I think in that area there's near 1 million, and so far over 35,000 people have evacuated that area. Have left their home behind. I see where one nurse home had evacuate the patients, and after they evacuated, that was totally in ashes. And it is just what it is, but it's very sad. And once again, we got to make sure we give these people their support. And that's just a fact. Moving on, see where, boy, the inauguration is coming fast and furious, and I see where Joe Biden is doing his last things in terms of doing some right. Yes, I think right off a lot of students doing debts. He's also giving us some freedom medals to some people. I feel that needs to be rewarded for that. But it's the incumbent president, yeah, Donald Trump. Why? I know America and the world is bracing for its chaos. Yeah, yeah, man. America's is preparing for its chaos presidency again. But he's threatening now. He wants Canada to become part of America. He won't take by the Panama Canal, and then he won't take away a land, a green land in somewhere in Denmark. He won't take over those islands. And before he continue, Donald Trump, I just want to send my that former President Carter, he died at 100, and that man lived a fulfillment life. Yes, he lived a fulfillment life. And he was one of the persons who signed the Panama Canal Treaty for the people of Panama. And now to hear, rest in peace, Carter. You have done your run. And I hope you join your wife in heaven and she's waiting for you there, my President Carter. But Donald Trump wants to take a Panama Canal and he wants to put high tariffs on Canada and all that, 25% and more. No, Donald Trump is going to be chaotic as usual. He's going to put things out. But from my perspective still, I believe that the world is ready for his chaos leadership. And there will be some amount of mechanism and roadblocks he's going to run into. And from my perspective, the only way he's going to get around those roadblocks, unless he's going to use force, which he's the chief in command, commander-in-chief, I should say, for the army. So he might want to use the army against a couple countries. But as I suspect, there will be opportunity. If he does try that, there are going to be opportunities for other world powers to step in, like China, Germany, other European countries might go against his own intimidation and his wish to take over Panama Canal, make Canada the 51st state of America, whatever he wants. Because it's quite clear that his presidency will be a form of dictatorship. Yes, dictatorship, I say, where he wants to extend his power and rights over certain small countries like Panama, Canada, and other countries. He wants to take over. And these countries, what he's tending to try to manipulate or take over, they have resources that he and his friends, like Elon Musk, will be benefiting. Yes. He and his friend Elon Musk will be benefiting from if he takes over this country. And Elon Musk right now, to me, is a special advisor. In the election, he was there from spending $1 million per day on voters to get them to vote, giving away money to different people, to vote for Donald Trump. And then I think about that. He won the election fair and square. So the American people voted for him. So let's wait and see what he will deliver. The inauguration, trust me, a lot of things will be taking place. My family and wife were scared, and I said, listen, America will survive. We have survived 4 years of it. And trust me, in coming another 4 years, we're going to survive again. Because this is for sure his last chance to be a president of the United States. And once again, trust me, if he won't last this second trip if he tries to do anything out of the norm. The one thing American people, they might make an error, but they know to correct it if they feel there's some way that that misjustice or any discrimination or racism taking place, or the masses are being targeted based on the color of their skin and creed. But I wait to see after January 6th, after the inauguration, what will he bring to the table? They call him a comeback kid. Call him a comeback kid. I don't know if he's a comeback kid, but anyway, whatever it is. So his presidency will be very interesting after inauguration. Just to let you know that, before I move on to the next thing that I want to talk about is that Haiti, and I want to talk about Haiti for a few minutes before I go to touch Jamaica. Haiti, the country, is suffering from a leadership crisis. Leadership crisis and a unity and a purpose for the people of Haiti. I saw an article where they say over 5,000 persons were killed in Haiti through gang warfare and other things. And Haiti has not been able to stem the flow of the gangs that run the country. I see where Kenya getting to board. I see where some other countries in South America, Guatemala, somewhere sending their armies to assist the Kenyans them down there to try to take back Haiti. I don't have the solution for Haiti, but only people. And this is what I never understand. Is that there come a time when the people of a country or nation which is in crisis, from my perspective, must come together and compromise and sing and say things in one voice. And that's the problem with Haiti right now. Haiti is not singing from one voice or saying things in one voice. The voices are so different all over the place. And so they will remain in that crisis until, this is what I say, until there is that inspirational leader. I don't know who it is from Haiti who can go and speak to the people in their language and speak to the people in one voice. Yes, I say one voice. So that all the gangs and all the crisis and the riots and all that can be stopped. Haiti has to find that leader who can strike that common ground. And you and I know that when someone tries to strike that common ground, that leader is always vilified by the opposition or some other person. But the critical thing is that if the masses give that leader the power, it doesn't matter the opposition, he will be able to bring back Haiti to some semblance of order and structure, bring back some economic prosperity for the people, bring back the island to be one of the most respectable countries in the Caribbean. So right now, as I say, Haiti is looking for a leader for all people. Not a leader for some people, a leader for all people. They have set up council and appointed leaders, but those leaders have proven that they are not a leader for all people. So therefore, they have removed the leader, the council, and set up. And that's a simple fact. Leaders must be leaders for all people, must be able to relate, to communicate, to express its own economic policies and laws and how he wants the country to grow. That messaging must be spread across. Because if the message is not, if that leader can't spread the message, then once again, he will host it out. Like so many who came forward and has left. The question is, why do, or is it a black people thing why Haiti have this issue? Is it that there is some ghosts behind supporting the different gangs in the country? Some means? Is there some wealth that we don't know about? Is there something in that country? I don't know. But it seems like Haiti is, it's like there's a curse on that country. Yes, I say you see that there's a curse on that country. And I still don't understand. It's been years, they're still in that doldrum. So I say in closing, Haiti needs that leader who can inspire, who can influence, and give Haiti a new direction. That's it for Haiti. Moving on, went to my favorite, my hometown, Jamaica. Yeah, man, Jamaica. And just let advertise next week that I should be having on Mr. Dennis Chung, one of the recognized chartered accountant, and also economic and our advisor in Jamaica. We'll be here discussing Jamaica economic performance in 2024 and what lies for the future of Jamaica economy. A lot to say. I know you can have a lot to say, but I'll try to keep things in context with them. Having Dennis Chung next week, Wednesday night. So join in for that program because we're going to have a live discussion about Jamaica economics. You know, and you know, I want to hear his own perspective because Dennis Chung has been a very influential person when he speaks to the government. They listen and they try to implement. A lot of people respect his opinions, and we want to hear his opinion about Jamaica economy. A lot of my friends might not agree, but at the same time, of his what he says, but there are some practicalities and some common sense in his opinions, and I think the government has recognized that and has adopted some of his ideas and opinions and put them into practical use for the country. One thing that he keeps talking about, and I agree, is all about productivity in the country. Productivity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The productivity need to increase. And let me move into what I want to talk about. And I've been watching news. I read Observer. I read Jamaica Gleaner. I watch Nationwide News and listen to what is going on. And it's quite clear right now. The silly season is in full swing. Yes, the silly season is in full swing. Elections is in 2025. It's due before September. And one of the news anchor asks the new minister of finance, which I want to congratulate Ms. Favor Williams for being the first woman finance minister. Yeah, she put in her work. She deserved the position, quite frankly. So they asked her if the government will go on a spending spree through the election year, and she said no. She's not going to do no massive projects and going to spread it because in the past there was one minister of government, finance minister, who did that, and then he said he run with it. Yeah, he said he run with it. That was for allowing the other opposition to win back government. So she said she's not going to do that. She's saying that she'll be doing it based on the performance of her government. Listen, my experience tell me is this. The Jamaican people, them, if them discount about the performance, whether you have 5%, 2% growth every year, you have paid all these beautiful things. If they're going to vote, they're going to vote you, they're going to vote you. It's simple as that. Yeah, because it's quite clear that if the needs of Jamaican people, individual needs, I should say, are not met satisfactorily, they are going to vote for the opposition. And we see that so much time. The 18 years, the PNP was in power. The PNP weren't doing much to the economy. They had a 0.5% growth on average per year. When the crime was out of swing, crime started over 1,200 per year or more. Jamaicans become a normal statistics in shooting and murder. Even the state become a weapon for the government, the state at that time. And that's just a fact. We can go into the history because you recently, I think it was January 6th or 7th, but whatever time, there was someone posting my 85 group link, the massacre, Green Bay massacre. And I can vividly remember about the insurgent in Tivoli Gardens twice before do this one, last one before, but it was one before, where I saw policemen shooting through window, just pointing the M16 and shooting through the window in a sparse population. And when I ended up shooting, there were 70 persons who died, including a madman. There was no gunman who were killed. Yeah, they were saying they were fired upon, but if you're gonna fire upon me and the police, you have to hold me and shoot. So there are those atrocities, have taken the lives of many people, unwanted people, unnecessary people, innocent people lives. And I see with Bogart, our Prime Minister, National Secretary Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness. Congrats to him to achieve his PhD or whatever he got. He's a doctor now. But I'm saying that he opened the commission of a new water system in Port Royal. And it says what that water system came about because what? One, there's going to be some development in terms of cruise line shipping. So therefore, they had to now expand infrastructure to accommodate cruise line shipping coming to Port Royal. They're going to look at possible linking. That is going to be the local port for the Kingston port area to link up to St. Thomas, to St. Mary, to Kingston, go to popular sites where the tourism can enjoy the local food and all that. So Port Royal has become now a historic site and going to be for cruise line ship a tourist destination. And also they're looking at to increase, put different festivals out there using lands that they have provided to. The Port Royal is going to be a new center, a new entertainment hub for the Caribbean. And when people can just come on a cruise, come up Port Royal, and can every activity there, and go up on ship and go back up. They never go nowhere else. So the government has invested in water and sewage in that community. And I think Ray Bogart and the Minister of Water, Martin Samuel, went and did the opening. And they speak a lot. I see where the MP for the year, Powell, was there, and the council was there. She's a PMP. We're all there. But one of the things Morgan mentioned is that although they're doing that, all the infrastructure in terms of crews and new water and sewage, all that line, the people of Port Royal said they need housing. But I didn't hear mention anything about any new development of Port Royal housing. Because if people over there are living in squalid condition in whole homes, there should be some opportunity to build some new homes for people in Port Royal. That is redevelopment. Maybe we can look at if there are 2,000 build 3,000 apartments, so increase the population. So the town center will be busy buzzing and also linking Port Royal to Kingston, where people from Port Royal. I remember when I was a kid, I could jump on the ferry from Port. I had to ride the ferry from Kingston go to Port Royal, come up at Port Royal, go around the house and come back and catch the ferry back home, and then went back. When they went to those days when you were. That was all of we should say, man, downtown Kingston, man. Jump on the ferry, go across, come back across on the ferry, I leave the ferry, go play. Yeah. The Hunt House and all those places, earthquake out there, Them play with the tour Port Royal and go back on the ferry home and then go back and then go home in the evening. Well, I tell you, those days after school, boy. But that link is important and Kingston must be evident. Maybe the government can look down the road, look at a bypass building from Kingston to Port Royal, highway, but connect straight across. You put a toll upon it and get some, because we go through Kingston, go right round and go up on the airport road and go down back, and then it may take too long. It's a highway right across, a bridge cross from Kingston to Port Royal. Yeah, you shut across. You want to cross Port Royal, jump on the bridge. Charge a little fee of maybe, $200, $300. You want to Port Royal, take 5 minutes, 6 minutes to reach the Port Royal. So there's a lot of potential there for Port Royal, and we can see the constant development. And so quick, that place become very busy and become a revenue stream for the government. So as I said, it's quite clear that Burgard is now in the political season, and he's now campaigning. So whatever projects he opens, he's going to be talking about the electorate making that wise choice. The local news Burgard, if the electorate not believe that you are the best choice to continue in the country, they are going to vote you out. And what he's doing also, he's sowing some seed of fears. Seed of fear that he's saying that if the people should go back to the opposition, everything is going to be lost. All the gains and the economic growth and wealth and all that are going to be lost, and they go back to old time things. Yeah. And I'm not sure if that will be the case, but the history speaks for itself. History speaks for itself. And my thing is that, Jamaica has been through a lot. Yes. Been through a lot. And I'm not sure, if they will be going back through the same thing. Yeah, and that's what it is. And that's what it is. Because right now, Jamaica economy has grown a lot. Yeah, Jamaica economy has grown, with new buildings, new apartments, new housing scheme all over the country. And for Jamaica to go back to the past, where there were a lot of negative growth and crime statistic was up. Before I even move on and talk about crime for Jamaica, I must say the JCF now has been less political. JCF has been doing a wonderful job. Recently today I read that they captured some wanted men in Manchester somewhere. Okay, no, St. Mary, sorry. They get some wanted men from St. Mary who were wanted in other parishes for shooting and murder, whatever. So this goes to show that now the network between all the parishes, the different, what do you call it now? I'm trying to find the right words, where all the parishes network in JSM are now communicating, talking to each other. And all region. Yeah, region is the right region. All the police regions are now communicating and looking out for all uncertain bad man in their communities and all that. And they're doing the police work. So no bad man or gunman, if you are shot and do some crime, trust me, you will not get away in Jamaica. It might take days, weeks, months, but you will be captured somehow and you'll be charged and carried before the courts. And that's good because the government has invested in billions of dollars in technology. They've increased the manpower to 14,000 which they needed. And I'm guessing that these things now will now be more I would say that crime will be more manageable, and a lot of these incidents we're hearing that they will not be delayed and justice will be done swiftly. Also, a point I really have, and I saw it, someone posted me some videos, and it's still the statistics in accidents in Jamaica. And somehow the people in Jamaica are still driving carelessly, like they don't understand that speed kills. I saw a recent accident on Hagley Park Road where a BMW right off the left rear of a bus sent a pro box taxi into a column. It's whatever the rear bag of the BM exploded and all that. And Jamaican population, you can't speed. Speeding is not the answer. Speeding is not the answer in driving in Jamaica. It's not worth speeding, and then you look loss of lives through speeding. Because I know that all these accidents must put some pressure on the health system in Jamaica. I know the Jamaica health system already. Yeah. The Jamaican health system is not one of the best. They still trying to work into the kinks. And when you have a high percent accidents, I know it put pressure. I don't want to add murders, but let's talk about the accidents. And then the insurance companies will have to increase the price of insurance on cars and vehicles. Yes, they're making money, but the claims in accidents in Jamaica will become ridiculous, unbearable to the insurance companies. And my thing I would like to know study is that what's the rate per minute in accident in Jamaica? With a minor major accident, is it every minute there's an accident? Every 5 days, every one day, or 24 hours there's an accident in Jamaica? Because that information should help to guide the powers that be what needs to be done. And somehow they need to know what to be done. But it seems like it's going to take some time before they make all the necessary adjustments. All the necessary adjustments to make sure a lot of lives is reduced in the car accidents or whatever accidents. And the people in Jamaica did not understand that it doesn't make sense speed. Yeah. And do unnecessary or even driving stunts on the road. I call it driving stunts. When you overtake a line of traffic and out and all those things, I overtake and it chance to. Yeah. It's just not worth it. So the accident is one thing that needs to be reduced in Jamaica. Yeah. I know people, our discussion when I'm a learning friend, Dexter, he believes that, and when we move on to crime, he believes that crime is one of the biggest monsters in Jamaica still that hinders economic growth. And he's saying that if we reduce crime, then you can expect the economy to boom. Quite frankly, I have not seen no empirical evidence about if crime is literally there with economic, but unless there's some country that can give me that. So with crime reduction, there's some immediate economic boom. Yes, there might be some increasing economic activity, but I'm not sure what economic boom. And because the other variables, and then I said next week, just a reminder, next week I'll be having Dennis Strong. Economic an accountant here giving me his review on the performance of Jamaica economy and the growth and the future of the Jamaica economy. But if crime was the real detriment in Jamaica economy, then they could not be 18 consecutive percentage of growth. There could not be no contraction. Some industry like agriculture is overperforming, tourism is overperforming itself. Yes, there are advisories sent up by U.S. State Department about Jamaica crime situation, which I think the Jamaica government did well to combat that and counteract that. You understand me? And so people are saying that high crime, yeah, but it is no centric focus in certain areas. A lot of scam is still there. And I must give Mocha and that independent body that works, the police who's tracking those scammers and all those financial crimes. Yeah, I see a lot of them being caught now with that through that agency. It's led by Pastor Barry, former Jamaica College. Who's the one JC man? Yeah, my favorite brother. He's doing an excellent job in tackling our financial crimes. And my thing is this, yes, crime has some contributing factors to some economic influence, yes, on Jamaica performance, and maybe have some percentage growth, maybe 0.5, maybe 1%. I mean, if crime reduction, maybe give it another 1% growth. But I've seen for the past 8 years, or been a couple of years now, already, Jamaica economy is outperforming itself. High-rising buildings have been built, houses building, people unemployment is below 4%. So people are gainful employment. It does that. The ones who choose the life of crime don't want to leave crime. They make their money from it, and they feel that it's the best way to keep living. That's their choice. But they must remember that the long arm of the law can catch them. All right? As Brogan said, when they do them crime, the moment meet them maker, or they're going to go to court. Better easy, Yeah, meet them maker, or they're going to face the courts. Yeah, it's something I amazed by that comment, but it's what it is. And while some other brothers will believe that judicial killing is one of the best ways. If you someone a gunman and go for him and kill him without carrying before the court or giving opportunity to defend himself or put him in a position where you caught him in act. I'm not for extrajudicial killing. I never will agree with that. You must make the law takes care of everything. Proper investigation, do the homework. Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's someone's life. And you don't want to kill someone innocent. I'm not saying some who have not died are innocent. I'm just saying there must be a due process for everybody in the country, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. You must go to a due process. You must be investigated. You must be proven guilty in the law of court. That's my take. Not if someone police gonna take it upon himself, come on, come do and shoot me because him suspects me a bad man or me involved in something. No. We need to be prudent. We must make the law run its course. Due process must be the order of the day in Jamaica. Anywhere. Because at the end of the day, it could be your child, someone else's child. And I'm never advocating for no one to lose their life to a point my ears say, you're a bad man. No, man, yeah, I can't prove to me a bad man now. Yeah. We call it violence influencer, whatever. and that's just a fact. But the Jamaica economy, from my perspective, I said with the show they explain more. I, I'm anxious to hear what he's going to say about the Jamaica economy. Because my thing is that the Jamaica economy is showing signs of growth. Even when it contracted, it still bounce back and keep growing. And that's good on its part. And I wish them luck. The election year, I don't hear Marky G, Yeah, I want to see what Marky G and his colleagues, his potential candidates, what they're going to bring to Jamaica economy. And that's what is kind of, I guess they're working on the manifesto and they're going to bring all the information soon to the people and hear what they're saying. But my thing is this: the opposition must be ready to run with it if they should be handed power by the people. I want people that can't give them power. Nobody else. But they must have to run with the economy, improve on the economy, make sure the economy is prosperous for all, and make sure that people who are there can benefit. But before I close on Jamaica itself and move on to other things, I want to talk about one thing: the education system in Jamaica has this big problems. And one of the problems I see and identify is that from the birth of a child in Jamaica, 3 year old, that child needs to be developed with good motor skills, good thinking skills. And also from 3 year old to high school, there must be some level of tracking the performance of that child. Now, my proposal for from 0 to 3, I say to the government of Jamaica, make sure, because you have enough billions now, make sure that every child that is born of their first year of development, they're given either a phone or a tablet for developing those cognitive skills, because kids learn from visual and listening. They may be able to speak, but they see with their eyes and they listen. So my thing is that if the government of Jamaica can provide a tablet for a child from 1 to 3 year old in terms of giving that parent free internet access, everybody gets free internet access, so that child can develop its listening skills, visual skills, and also it will help with their thinking process, brain thing. I think that would be a good idea to start with education for a child from birth to 3 year old. Now, we all know at 3 with a pre-K. Now, when a kid goes in the pre-K, that's where I believe the government should have a system in place to track that kid, where his development is taking place, if that kid is still in school. And that's where the missing puzzle is in Jamaica education system. And it seems like the government up is free to talk about it, because this is where, when you get these kids from pre-K, that's where you can develop more motor skills and intellectual skills and get them more knowledge, and you teach them certain things. And that kid must be able to be tracked from pre-K to high school, end of his school term. Because my thing is this: although they say education is compulsory and should be free for all, it's not the real case. And I say with no apology. Because one, we still get a lot of uneducated kids who can't read. Two, we still get a lot of kids from 11, 12, and 13 who are still gunmen or gunwomen, started their life of crime from an early age. And three, it has only produced that the societal intellectual capacity to make decisions or to be productive is because their lack of knowledge and education. So if Miss Mona Scott or whether Dixon want to make an impact, one, give the kids them tablets from age 1 to 3. Two, monitor each child that has been registered from basic to high school. That means I make it be law and it means mandatory that all children, if you put in law, all children must be in school. If a child absent from school, there must be some form of intervention, maybe through social work or the police, who can investigate and go to those parents. Why is that child not in school? And if they know, just I hear these stories about farming. Your parents don't want the kids go to school. They want them to do farming and see the farm. They want to help them. Listen, yes, you want to help with the farming and whatever reason, but our other circumstance, you don't want to keep go to school. But for every child that's born in Jamaica, education must be a priority from pre-K to high school. We have to give every child that chance to get some education. So when young boys start to go on the streets and the streets grow them, education becomes second. Because on the streets, there are many variables out there that exploit them, use them. They can make some illegal money. And when money comes in the pocket, them can get rich from it. And if we say, we need certain lifestyle, be rich, influencers, give them a gun, they might start kill people because they want to live the same lifestyle. Or they want, defend this and defend that. So my thing is this. If Jamaica can solve the education from pre-K to high school in terms of tracking that individual child through a system, and that's where, the Minister Dixon can bring in something that can track a child from once he's in pre-K to high school. Now listen, it's not every kid going to finish high school. Don't get twisted. But at least you know that this is Tom Sean is not in high school from third form. If you can bring social intervention to find out and the child still no want to go, then you did your best. But no child in Jamaica should be left behind. No child should be coming from pre-K to 18 without some form of numeracy, literacy, reading skills. No child should leave going on. Because once again, if you have that trend, have that the sum of base and laws to back a child being in school, then our society, we should have a different thing. And literacy will become part of it. Remember, the world is a global market. So if you have countries that have literacy people, you can go overseas, work, make your money. Nothing stopping now because the world is one big market. Once you have your skills, when you can offer something, you can go anywhere and work. And that's how the world is running to right now. So education for me is priority in terms of getting all the kids right through the system. Making sure that they're able to get a sound education from pre-K 18. But between 0 and 3, as 1 year, give each parent that tablet help that child. So he can build the kind of skills, listening skills, eye skills. Well, I tell the time run fast, 9:25, I got 5 minutes. Oh boy. So the last 5 minutes I want to talk about we are read in the LC radio the last year alone, Jamaica population birth rate as it started to drop. Last year they only had 4,000 newborn babies. We're not talking about the ones that died. We're talking about that live. And that's the average of 300, 400, 600 child per month born. And that's really the problem with Jamaica population now. Yeah, because once again, you remember now the Asian population and the workforce will start be crunching right now because one, the older end, the population is not expanding but start to reduce, and the retirees in the countries have moved on to retirement. So therefore, there's going to be a shrinking of the productive growth production in Jamaica in terms of productivity. So my suggestion, and I would say this: the government might have to induce or encourage families who can have more kids to have more. And plus, I see when you start giving credits, maybe give a credit for child tax credit. You know, you give, mom have a child, give her maybe a 5,000, 10,000 for an additional child each year. Because once again, you have to maintain your population. And the aging population is going away fast due to illness, whatever. And there's no new population. So my thing is that on average, each year Jamaica should be having childbirth at least 10,000 per annum. Let's go 12,000 to keep the population. Because once again, when the population expands and start growing, you will need the people. The government have maybe give me some child tax credit or some incentive for people who can afford to have more kids. Because having children in Jamaica is not a easy road. It's a sense of responsibility. And that's what is happening in Jamaica. Okay? If we have 4,000 births per year, no, that's not good. You need to be having like maybe 10 to 12,000 annually. So you keep your population, because once again, you keep the population up, growing and growing. So when the age one pass and retire, because a lot of people now in Jamaica might be aging. So that's why it's important to do these census. Yeah. And that's my concern right now with Jamaica population. The government might have to look at giving incentives for more women to have more children. You know, I mean, I think I'm back in the 70s. I remember when they population was growing for that the size can't be two is better than too many. You know, just have two kids because of whatever, the population was growing fast. But now the population is shrinking. They need to have some form of incentives to get the population growth back up. 4,000 kids a year now cut it no more. With the expansion to make an economy in different things, you're going to need to have more population. And what happened with Jamaica population too, you gotta remember that a lot of people migrate a lot. I can tell you over here in the US. I mean, we try to see that we have only 1 million Jamaicans living here. Because what happened with Jamaicans, I believe that come to the land of opportunity, they get a better chance to live. We see a point. But some come here still make a mock of the system and mock of themselves. But the reality is that Jamaica has to now think seriously about incentivizing women to have kids. I mean, I thought when a man who work bang, 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 and have about 8, 9 be different. No, we're talking about respond, because once again, you don't want to have kids with irresponsibility. You want, like, there's a drinking responsible, you want to have kids responsible too. Yeah, you want to have kids responsible too. That means someone can take care, may provide basic food, shelter, and clothing. Those 3 basic things. The government provide education and all that. But we need the population to have more kids. 4,000 are not cut. So there might become a crisis down the road with Jamaica population growth. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's say thank you once again for joining me. And remember that next week I'll have Dennis Chung, Jamaica economist. We will discuss Jamaica economy performance and the future with Jamaica economy. So have a wonderful week and enjoy the rest of the week. Remember, we have fire right now, cold. 26 degrees now, Jamaica nights and warm, and wherever, just take care of yourself. And please remember, send up prayers for the people of California who are going through now, these wildfires and a lot of houses being lost. Yeah, never like to see people go through these struggles. Never like to see it, man. But the strength of these people, hope that they will find will and stay strong through this disaster. So, my faithful family, thank you once again for joining me for another week, an episode of My Perspective. Join me next week, Wednesday, same time, 8:30 p.m. for another episode of My Perspective. A wonderful night. Peace out. One love. Good night.